Hi Pisces, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading for October. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing well. And this is a general reading for any sun, moon, or rising Pisces, and we can get a sense of the energies and messages for you in October so that you can plan accordingly. So I've already shuffled quite a bit. I'm just going to give it a few more shuffles and we will get started. Alrighty, we have the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So it's, I would say that I would key in here on the action card, which is the Two of Wands, which is taking a looksy-loo at what's out there for you and what vistas, what goals, where do you want to be, what do you want to achieve. You're really, when you're holding the globe and keeping it nearby, you're thinking about maybe your destination, maybe it's the journey, maybe it's the plan, or what you hope to achieve. And we've certainly had a lot of time to think about these things while we are social distancing or keeping to a smaller social set or limiting our time out. We have time to consider, time to really come up with the picture of how we want to move forward. And so I think of this action card, the Two of Wands, as something where we're really, we're getting, the wheels are in motion, because once we start thinking about things, that's when they begin to manifest, that you're bringing it into your consciousness and you are bringing it into a place where you may consider changes. Some of you may be just having such a hard time not being able to travel as freely. And so this could also be expansion and of travel and of, again, exposing yourself to new cultures or new opportunities or new people. So with this Two of Wands, we have the feminine energy of the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. And the High Priestess is our reminder to pay attention to our intuition, to pay attention to our hunches, that when we have these wild and fabulous dreams, to take note of them. Write them in your journal. Think about where they're coming from, perhaps, and maybe there's no right answer, and there's, it's out of the blue, but it's there for a reason. And I always love thinking about the High Priestess because it's within all of us. We have access to, some would say, psychic ability. Everyone has that. The capability to be psychic. When you open your eyes, when you receive messages, when you are opening, really, I would say, your heart space as well. Let your intuition for this week guide you, and perhaps it's going to move you in a different direction. It may move your thinking in a different direction, and that's great. It's empowering. With the High Priestess, I know that a few of my friends have a little altar within their home where they just kind of go and they meditate, or they pray, or they just kind of journal, or just sit quietly in space and absorb the energies around. And so if that's something this week that could be helpful to you, this is a wonderful reminder from the universe, which is to pay attention to your intuition, to your gut feelings, and to the randomness that seems to happen within our life. These conscious and unconscious messages that come to us. And then we have the lovely Queen of Cups, who is emotionally with us, compassionate, empathetic, listens well. Could be a friend within your life, or a family member, or a loved one who you need to talk to get things off your chest, and who's going to be non-judgmental, someone who's going to be open-hearted and helpful to you in whatever you're processing or whatever you're going through. And hopefully we all have someone like that within our life, a Queen of Cups, who really is the master of having balance, of positive energy, of the flow within life, which is to not get too overly emotional or too angry about things, and then not to underrepresent as well. You want to find the sweet spot of how you can, deal with unexpected events that come in and out of your life. But this is here's the reminder to be in touch with your subconsciousness, your intuition, your ability to go within. And I also think that the Queen of Cups is also a message of going within and honoring your emotions, making sure that you are not shutting them down, because that's not helpful. It doesn't, it defers that pain or whatever we may be feeling to another day. So it's a interesting thing when I think of the Queen of Cups. I used to be the type of person that would dread going to a movie where I knew I would probably end up crying, just because I hated to cry in the theater. And it was just because my face would be all red and splotchy, and it was like it would take an hour to look normal. And so I tried to remove myself from those situations, and I probably missed a lot of wonderful movies. And for the times that I did go and then was crying my eyes out, it's a release. It's a release, and it's okay. And instead of me feeling that I had to look a certain way or be a certain way or to be reserved or to be in control, it's okay to let the emotional side come through and to speak to us as well. So interesting cards for the week about taking the steps and the actions or the decisions maybe that you're going to be thinking about for what's next for you. And doing so perhaps from an emotional standpoint and an intuitive standpoint as well. So let's see what the Oracle card has for us. So this card is right in line with what messages we're getting for the week, which is practical intuition. And what does practical intuition mean? Well, from my perspective, I think it's being aware and thinking about, how your friends say, oh, that's a coincidence. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Or other events that may happen, and maybe you take the time to put the links together. How does this fit? Should I be thinking about these things? Wonder why that popped in my brain. So practical intuition of really being in touch and again, taking heed to what your intuition is telling you. So my friends, I hope that you found this helpful for the week. I wish you the best. I hope you take care of yourselves, that you find enjoyment at this time of the year. And so if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Let me know how you're doing. Subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.